All right, folks. Everything new under the sun. We're going to take a look at this God robot that they are creating to worship instead of the Creator God of the universe. So this is a, let's see, what is this? This is a jewsnews.co.il article, and again, I have covered this before, but this is a robot that man has created so that man can worship something smarter than him. And man has many gods. Man creates many false gods. It's just incredible that man would choose to make a god for himself that he made. They're making this robot to worship. Does it make any sense that you would make the thing that you want to look up to and worship and give reverence to? Why would you make your own god? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Inside the chilling religion, creating God robot a billion times smarter than humans. This is going to be AI. It's going to be apparently very smart. We'll see how smart it actually is. A former Uber worker has formed an odd cult to build a godhead robot a billion times smarter than any human. I guess that's a picture of what it might look like. Anthony Lewandowski has created the way of the future religion based around superpowered AI. The tech boffin is looking for followers of the new religion to help him build super intelligence in a bot, which then they will be able to worship. And again, why would you put any respect, give any reverence to a robot, technology that you created? It is no better than you. It is less than you because you created it. And these people want to create their own God. It's incredible the hoops people will go through to not bow, to not worship before the creator of the universe who did create us all and who is supernatural and who is all powerful. No, man just wants to say, no, God, you're all powerful, you're all omniscient, etc. You're all knowing, but we're not going to worship you. We're going to create our own thing. It's no better than people carving idols out of wood and worshiping it. But this is the insanity we see in the end days, in the last days. When asked about how powerful his God would be, Lewandowski was not shy in talking up its intelligence. He says, what is going to be created will effectively be a God. It's not going to be a God in the sense that it makes lightning or causes hurricanes or can do anything, really. But if there is something a billion times smarter than the smartest human, what else are you going to call it? I'm going to call it man being ridiculous, creating something that he thinks is worthy of being worshipped as a god. And it is just like the Bible says, it is an idol. It is idol worship. Outlining the beliefs of his new church, he's just creating a religion out of thin air. Why would people create religions out of thin air? It makes no sense. There's no power in these religions. The way of the future outlaws supernatural powers, claiming everything can be solved through science. They also believe that machines, just like animals, have rights and the right to become super intelligent. So science is the end all be all, regardless of the God behind science that holds everything together, that holds us together, that gives us the breath of life. Forget about that God. Let's rely on science because we want to deny the creator. We want to make up our own futures. We want to be the masters of our own destiny. We don't want to admit that there is a God more powerful than anything that we can imagine, and that we will have to bow down to the creator at one point in time. This guy will bow down to the real creator of the universe, and he'll have to answer, and he'll have to tell God why he decided to make something with his own hands that people could worship, and he'll have to answer why he led so many astray away from Jesus. And that's the biggest thing. He'll have to answer to Jesus, to God, why he led so many astray. And that's going to be the biggest problem for him come Judgment Day, I think. They also believe that machines, just like animals, have the rights and the right to become super intelligent. And in a chilling glimpse of the future, Lewandowski added that computers would definitely be smarter than humans. Now, robots, AI, can't be smarter than humans. They can have the collective information that humans provide, but ultimately the human has to provide that information first, and then the robot can do something with it. This isn't going to be. I don't think it's going to be smarter than humans. I don't think we'll get there before the end times either. It's interesting future. I think robots and AI will come a long way, but I don't think the world's going to last that long. I think God probably draws a line somewhere between here and having completely autonomous AI robots that are smarter than humans. And I think the timeline just doesn't fit with this either. Considering that, I think that the end of the world is around 2028, plus or minus a couple of years, and the 7-year tribulation starts about 2021. We only have a couple of years to go before the Lord, while the Antichrist shows up and the 7-year tribulation starts, and then the wrath falls. So I think all of this will be burned up quite quickly. But this is what humans are striving for. They're looking for any excuse not to worship the creator of the universe, the God of the Bible, because that means they have to abide by the rules in the Bible, and that means that God does have a plan for our lives. That means God does have some rules set down that we have to follow through with, and that we have to recognize and understand and admit to. And people don't want to do that. They want to make up their own rules. That's why they make these AI bots. And then they can code it the way they want. They can code it with the moral law that they want to live by. They can code it with the regular, the civil law that they want to live by. They can make it give the answers that they want it to. And so if they have a particular sin that they like, they can code the artificial intelligence to say, that is okay according to my law. And of course they'll worship almighty robot AI. Meanwhile, it's something that the coders created and absolutely designed. And man is making something in his image, just like God created man in the image of God. And that's just man trying to be like God. That is like the original sin of Satan, wanting to be like God and wanting to be higher than God. And ultimately, that's what man wants to be. Man strives in his sinful heart to be bigger, better than God, to think he knows better than God. So this is significant, obviously, in the last days. What will come of it? Could this be like the beast that is mortally wounded and comes back to life? Could it be a robot type thing? I don't know. I think that's more going to be a human. That happens too. I don't think this will go hugely far in terms of its use in end time Bible prophecy, but I guess we'll find out shortly.